Okay, I want to quickly show you how to create a Google Classroom. I'll talk more about navigating and all of that later, but there's a lot of great reasons just to have one set up. You can use it to generate rosters. You can use it to push out information to your students. It doesn't have to be a whole classroom management system ever or yet, but it's something good just to have set up and super simple to do. So here's how you do it. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to classroom.google.com, or you can use this button here, which is your Share to Classroom button, which will pull up classrooms that you're in or have. And then down at the bottom, it says Open Classroom. So these are my Google Classrooms that I've already created. Now, since I've created them before, this is the page. This is what my page looks like with lots of different classes in it. If this is your first time accessing Google Classroom, the first thing it's going to ask you is if you are a student or a teacher. So you're going to identify yourself as a teacher, since I'm speaking to teachers right now. Even if you're joining a class like a professional development class or something like that, you're still going to identify yourself as a teacher. Okay. Your students, of course, when they do this process, they would identify as a student. Okay, so we've identified ourselves as a teacher and we want to add a class. So we're going to come up to the add button up here, and it gives us two options, to join or to create. So if, like I was just mentioning, if you were in a professional development group or something like that that had a class code, you would click on the join class button and put in the code that you were provided. But in this case, we're creating a class. So we're going to create class. We're going to call it whatever we want. You can add more information. And then it starts creating the class. Takes a few seconds. Once the class is created, there's all kinds of things that I could show you that it could do. But right now, I just want to show you how you can get your students into the account. You'll be able to change what it looks like, all kinds of fun stuff. So here's what it looks like just to start with. And the only thing I want to show you right now is how would you get your students into the class to be able to join. So you would ask your students to go to classroom.google.com. They also have that button at the top. They can go in the same way that I just showed you there. And so then they're going to identify themselves as students. They'll get the little plus button and they'll choose join. They won't have the option to create, just to join. And so what they're going to be joining, the way where you find the code that they need, is if you click on this gear here. Here's the code. And if I click on the little down arrow by the code, I can hit the display. So I just pop this up on my screen in my classroom. The students type in their code and they are a member of the class now. And you didn't have to type in everybody's name and invite them, and it's just done very quickly. So that is how you can quickly and easily use the code to have your students log in to the class. So the next time that they come to the class, their screen is going to look like this, but probably not with this many classes in it. And they would go to your class and participate in however you would like for them to participate. So that's how they join the class. One of the reasons that it's good to have a Google Classroom, even if you're not quite sure how you're going to use it yet, is that it creates a handy dandy roster that is used by other tools. So let me give you an example. If I wanted to create a classroom in Typing Club, I could go to Typing Club and click School Account, create my teacher account, and then, so here I am in here, and I go to Classes, and I want to add a class. So here's the class that I want to add. All I have to do is click that Google Classroom button over here and accept the permissions. And Then I find the class that I want to import. Since this demo class doesn't have any students in it yet, I'm going to click this class here. So it's synced, and now I can just X off of there. And if I go to my classes now, you'll see that that class is there. The students are already in my class. And so this is for Typing Club. I didn't have to type any names in. The students will use their Google accounts to log in. It's all good, and it's that simple. And that works for lots of different tools. You'll see that Google Classroom button that you can use that roster. So I hope that's helpful in learning how to set up a Google Classroom, and then also how you might use it for things other than Google Classroom. In the near future, I'll do some other tutorials on how you might use Google Classroom, and also a little more on setting up your Typing Club class.